Hello, everybody out there. Welcome to Integrative Healing Network with Amy Kruzic here and David Ellis.
Hey, everyone.
Yes, today we're going to talk about herbs. What are they good for? I don't know. Why not? Let's see what they're good for. Let's see where they came from, why people used them back in the day, right? Shamans.
I think herbs can be described as like nature's medicine.
Yes. I was just going to say, nature's medicine.
Yeah, and funny thing about herbs is that they grow around you. There's a kind of thought pattern that nature produces the cure for your ailments where you live. So if you come from a particular area, the things that would beset you in that area, there's that theory that's where you would find the cure. I think I think a lot of people have misconceptions about herbs as well.
So dandelions. Do you have dandelions where you are?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I live in the prairies, and so dandelions do grow here,
Mm-hmm.
right? And assuming that you have a number of cleansing issues with your body that you probably need, the dandelions grow here to clean you.
Yeah.
Assuming that you could get out there and forage and actually eat the dandelions or boil them and make a tea.
Tea. Oh, yeah, right. They're kind of used medicinal herbs, and then there's culinary herbs. Ooh, I like the culinary herbs too.
Yeah, that's
right.
True. They're all very good for you, actually. I think a lot of people have misconceptions about how they work, though.
Yes. What are those?
Okay, so let's deal with some common misconceptions concerning how herbs work. So let's say you're feeling down, you're depressed, you're feeling blah. People think, well, I'm just going to get some St. John's wort and some valerian root and I'll be fixed right up. No, it doesn't work like that, okay? If you are feeling depressed and down, start to track the things that are making you feel depressed and down. A lot of people just throw herbs at things.
Mm-hmm.
And in some instances, herbs can be counterproductive to your health by masking things that shouldn't be masked.
Mm-hmm.
So, as an example, in the depression example, you take St. John's wort, you take valerian root. Valerian root will probably calm you down enough to go to sleep, and St. John's wort will give you a little bit of a boost to your thing and your mood, and you feel better. But is that a good thing? What if you're deficient in magnesium and that's why you're depressed and down and feeling blah?
I was just thinking that because you could take, so see, how do you know the difference between what do I take for this?
I think, a lot of people don't get it. Herbs are think of herbs as the nature's pharmacy. You take it when you are actually sick, but you trace what it is that's going wrong with you. Do it the scientific way. I am feeling depressed and down. That's how I am feeling. So it's a feeling. So now I have to find out what's wrong with my life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, probably my kids aren't cooperating with me and we're having a communication issue. Valerian root is not going to fix your kids not cooperating with you. Neither will St. John's wort. Okay?
It'll eliminate the problem. Maybe it looks like it's like a placebo effect. Could it be? Like
I think a lot of people use herbs like placebo effect. What you need to do is fix the problem with your children and whoever it is that you have a problem with. And then you won't feel blah and depressed. Or if that isn't the case and you say, okay, what's my diet like? The first thing I would check is diet before you go to herbs. What can I change in my diet to eliminate the problem? Because I'm going to have to eat all the time. So you're not going to eat herbs all throughout the day. but you're gonna have to eat food. And so I think when you're trying to trace what's wrong with you, start with the food first. Remember this as long as you guys are watching this broadcast. Food first.
Food first. Okay, so let's say that again, you use that example of the kids, not cooperating or whatever. What about at nighttime? People drink a lot of chamomile tea before they go to bed because it may help to relax them or because they can't sleep. Well, isn't there an underlying issue of why you can't sleep?
There may be a number of reasons of why you can't sleep. Insomnia is a common thing in the population.
Mhm.
Would you take melatonin tablets every day for the rest of your life if you couldn't sleep? I wouldn't suggest it.
No.
People utilize herbs like some sort of pharmacy light. They don't want the side effects from pharmacies like sleeping pills, but they want to get to sleep. So they figure that they could just simply overdose on herbs as opposed to actually doing something about their situation. If you can't sleep, the best thing to do, just so that you guys know, go to the gym in the evening and lift resistance weights. You're going to get to sleep. Oh, trust me, you're going to get to sleep. Okay?
Yeah.
Get some lunges in at the gym. All right? Yeah, at 6 o'clock in the evening. And yeah, you're not going to be wanting to stay awake for the
Yeah.
rest of the night. So that's a simple thing that you can do. But saying, I'm just going to drink a cup of chamomile tea, it's a calmative. Okay? That's what it does.
Mhm.
It's not a sleeping pill. It absolutely is not.
Well, they do have teas now that say sleep aid or this for digestion or this for anxiety. Have you seen those in the grocery store? And actually, the organic part of the grocery store?
I'm never going to agree with any kind of commerce or business
Mm,
proposals, big business, when it comes into the healthcare field. I'll tell you why. The false advertising is intense. I go to the
yeah.
grocery store, I go through the aisles, the tea section, and I see um, cool names of
Hmm.
basic ingredients. Let me ask you something. I'm not going to mention any names and so on because we like to call people out on the show. You have a tea, like I practice yoga as an example. Okay? The stuff that's in the tea that is promoting yoga as an example is the stuff that grows in your backyard. Hello. Okay? But they're promoting it as some sort of enlightenment and spiritually conscious tea. And you know they don't care about anything like that.
Right. Oh, that's so true. That's so true.
So they don't care about anything like that. Now let's keep it 100. The labeling on some of those teas is downright fraud. Like like sleep aid or whatever it is. I
Yeah.
just see a woman sleeping and so on. No, the stuff in there is accommodative. If it puts you to sleep, it would be an anesthetic. Okay? And
Yeah.
it would be medically induced. It would be part of the medical spectrum, the conventional spectrum, because I'm sure the doctors and whoever the powers that be, the pharmaceutical companies, would move it from being able to be bought off a grocery shelf into the spectrum of medicine, because that's what corruption is. Okay? It's not a sleeping pill. It absolutely is not. It's
Mm-mm.
maybe a sleeping aid, but it's deceptive because they have a woman sleeping with little Z's coming up off of her
Mhm.
ahead. And I'm like, this is not how you use herbs.
No.
Absolutely not. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a heads up on how herbs are structured. If you want to take a herb for a particular ailment, that's what it is used for. That is what it is used for. It's not used recreationally. You don't take herbs recreationally unless you're like taking marijuana recreationally. I don't know, right? You don't take, and marijuana is actually quite a powerful herb.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, you don't take herbs recreationally. A calmative is supposed to induce a calming effect. Okay, that would be chamomile, valerian root, The point is that it does not put you to sleep. It assists you in getting to sleep. There's a big difference here. And so that's the first thing you got to know. An astringent like tea tree, right, is not supposed to be some deep cleanse, get underneath my skin into the subcutaneous layer type of thing. Ugh, oh wow.
No.
It's supposed to cool and clean the area. Okay, that's what it is used for. You have to check the action of these herbs. The second thing you need to know is if you are taking medication and then you're taking herbs, make sure that the effects are not
Mhm.
contraindicating, right?
Yeah. That's very important
It is very important.
because then your medicine doesn't work.
You have low blood pressure, but you're taking valerian root and chamomile tea mixed. Why? Why would you do that?
Yeah.
As an example.
Side effects can happen, you know?
Side effects, very, very, very untoward side effects. If you are in chemotherapy, sometimes taking turmeric is not a good idea.
Right.
You have to be smart about what you're doing. And we want to get into the weeds of this in a little bit, but let's get to how herbs are actually used. First
Can
of
I?
all, go ahead.
Well, I just really want to get this great example of what happened to me. I had laryngitis, and this one woman who is not a doctor or anything, she just works with herbs, and she gave me something to take with it, and boom, it was like gone.
Mhm.
It was gone within, I'd say, a day and a half. I
That's a
mean,
good example.
huh?
That's a good example.
Yeah, it was like because I had laryngitis and I had to do a speaking engagement. This was years ago, and I'm like, I can't even speak. I can't even talk. And she said, do this, and I swear it worked. It worked.
Oh, for sure, herbs work. For sure,
Yeah,
there's no way around it.
it tasted gross. Let me tell you, it didn't. It was not pleasant at all to drink.
Hmm.
Not pleasant. It's not pleasant, but I did it.
For sure, herbs work. I grew up on a Caribbean island, and I'm going to tell you right now, the majority of the medicine there has nothing to do with little pills or bottles or anything like that, right? They give you teas to drink, and it works very, very fast. And they've had to refine this process to a science,
Hmm.
okay? The third thing that people need to learn about the whole herb things, most of your modern medicine comes from herbs. You think all those coma-inducing barbiturates and so on are coming from like a lab? No, somebody took a plant and made it
Hmm.
more powerful by mixing it with other chemicals. So that's at the base of most of your modern medicines and the pills that you take.
Hmm. Like poppies. Poppies put you to sleep.
Yeah, and it also makes heroin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of and heroin actually has medical uses. It absolutely does.
Mm.
In a different form, it has medical uses. So these are the kinds of things that you need to learn. So herbs actually do work, but in their natural state, they act as an aid. They don't act as a let me get into your system and hijack it and just change things around, which
Hmm.
is what a lot of drugs do.
Yeah.
And so that's how you separate herbs in terms of herbs and conventional medicine. Then there is the concept of, and I suppose we're at number 4 right now, herbs work better when they're in combination.
Mm. That makes sense.
Okay, so when you hear dandelion and milk thistle, it means that dandelion is the cleaner and milk thistle is the locator, so to speak, if you want to think about it like that. So when you hear combination herbs like that, it's because one herb is pointing to a particular area and the other herb is the action on that area. Dandelion and milk thistle means I am cleaning the liver
Ah,
and kidneys.
wow.
Okay. When you see these herbs in combination, it is because they want the herb to concentrate on a particular area or particular action. That's how that works. Ginkgo biloba and golden seal. That is a herb that clears your head quite a bit.
Because they just sell ginkgo biloba singly as just take this.
Yeah, get the herbs in combination. Don't get them as single herbs. Please, please don't do that. That's why people have teas because there's more than one herb in the tea. Guys, do not buy herbs single unless you're doing a massive clean or something of those kinds. Golden seal and ginkgo biloba is for mental clarity, as an
Mm.
example.
Mm.
Okay, so black cohosh and chasteberry. That is for female reproductive issues, and it works a lot better than the majority of things out there, including quite a lot of things in quite a lot of things which are part of conventional medicine model. Okay, you would find that black cohosh and chasteberry would actually work better than a lot of things that you'd find in pill bottles.
Wow.
That herb is that powerful. I'm actually wondering why they haven't co-opted it. Well, you can't co-opt chasteberry because it grows too prolifically everywhere, right? Co-opted it and say nobody can use. Actually, they're doing that in Canada, but we're going to talk about that in a little bit.
Okay.
I want to just popularize that. I want to let people know what's going on in Canada right now. So chasteberry is extremely strong um, as a herb for female reproductive issues. If you're having heavy periods and you have regulation problems, you absolutely should be chasing that herb down.
Okay, so wait, before you go on, are you talking teas or capsules or how do these, how would you suggest somebody if they wanted to do dandelion and milk thistle?
Okay, it depends on what you want to do. If you want the king of forms, so to speak, is always going to be the tincture. So
Tincture, yeah.
the king of forms is always going to be the tincture. And I say that because it has a little bit of alcohol and it just gets into you very, very quickly. Okay? Stepping down, it's fast. It gets into you very, very quickly and it acts. Okay? It makes sure it acts. Um, Down from that, I would suppose teas, right? Taking things in liquid forms, which does not require a lot of digestion and breaking down, is obviously the best way to go about it. Then powders that you could put into teas,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then obviously the tablet form. The tablet form would be the lowest form, but the tablet form is also useful if you wanted to slow release in your system.
Yeah, that's right.
The tablet form is also useful if you wanted to slow release in your system. There are some herbs that you want to slow release in your system, like, as an example, elderberry for fever.
Wait a minute, you want that to be slow in your system?
Mm-hmm. You know how much elderberry you would drink? Because
Well, you know,
say you have a fever that lasts a couple of days, right? That's a lot
someone
of elderberry that you would have to drink.
is there another thing for the only reason why that's just happened to know this person that takes a teaspoon a day of elderberry for her immune system.
Yes, it's used for your immune system, but it's made popular. It was made popular because it broke fever fast.
And it's a liquid. Well, she takes a liquid, but yeah.
Yeah, so elderberry in liquid form will break fever fast. That's a good thing. But depending on the fever you have, you might want that slow releasing a
Okay.
little bit, or else you're going to have to drink quite a lot of elderberry, which means that you're going to be peeing quite a lot. And sometimes when you have fever, you don't want to get up to go pee, right? So
Right.
there's
Right.
there's that aspect. I think a lot of people don't get that herbs in combination. They're more powerful, right? But you got to think like the apothecary, okay? I want that slow release to do you want a slow release into your system? Is it strong enough to quick release and do its action and finish with that. Dandelion and milk thistle, you could risk it in capsule form. Why? Because it'll slow release it to your system because you're cleaning out your liver. And that's going
Mm-hmm.
to take a little while, just so that we're clear, especially if you are a prolific drinker, as an example.
Mm.
Okay. I think a lot of people tend to use these herbs by themselves. They work in combination with nature's products. If I were cleaning my liver, I would take dandelion milk thistle, but I would also drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
You see how that works?
Yeah.
I'm using it in combination with the diet.
And to
Yeah.
move it through your system too. Water helps move it through.
If I were doing a purgative, meaning cleaning my digestive tract, I would take cascara sagrada. It's a senna. The popular name is senna. Do you know what senna is? Senna
Senna.
pods.
Oh, senna.
Laxative. Okay? Right. I would take senna, but I would also eat fiber
Mm. Yes.
because I'm cleaning my digestive tract. Very effective. Here's another trick to clean your digestive tract, and I wouldn't suggest that everybody try it. And definitely don't try it if it is that you have somewhere important to go, because you're not going anywhere. Teaspoon of castor oil will clean your digestive tract. Something awful.
That's what they used back in the day.
A teaspoon of castor oil will clean your digestive tract very, very effectively. And
That's an
so,
old medicine.
very old medicine. And let me tell you, when you take that medicine, you don't make any plans at all. Don't make any plans at all. So there is that. The other aspect that you guys want to talk about when it comes to herbs and so on, if you're going to be using herbs for specific things, let's talk to the spiritual community.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that herbs are used in spiritual practice?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that sage has more than one effect? It's not just for aromatherapy, right? You can actually eat sage in different forms. You can.
Well, you can actually eat. Well, it's good for culinary purposes.
Yes, you can eat
Sage. Mm-hmm.
it. You can eat it. So, if you're going to be doing spiritual practice, stuff like sandalwood, sage, and so on, I would classify sandalwood as a herb, and I'll tell you why. Even though it comes from a tree, it's still an herb, and I'll tell you why. Because sandalwood can be ingested. People don't know that. Made into a paste, put right here for your meditation.
Mm.
You can absolutely use sandalwood in different forms and so on, right? If you have a Rudraksha mala, for those of you who don't know what that is, it's a mala beads. You know mala
Mm-hmm.
beads?
I do.
Well, there's a specific kind of mala made out of Rudrak seeds. It looks like a little brown seed.
Yep.
Yes, if you take the sandalwood paste and you paste it around and you just rub it in to the Rudrak mala and you wear it around yourself, try it for your meditation. Take my advice, try it. Just try it once. Okay, your meditation is a lot different with a prepared mala. So, um,
Mm.
malas have more than one function. The other thing that you can use herbs for more than anything else, connecting with other people. Now, here's the thing. Okay, we know that certain herbs will promote amorous kind of desires, and I really don't really suggest that you use that. But witch's love dust is made out of herbs, including sage. For those of us who know what love dust is, right? It's made out of herbs, and you can absolutely use it, right? It relaxes your body and it relaxes your mind as well. It makes you more open and receptive. That's what love dust does.
What is in this? What herbs are in here?
Some of the stuff I can't really say, but angelic, angelic.
Okay, if you can't say it, that's okay.
Rose is one of them. You could use the angelica, right? We call angelica the master key of herbs. Um,
Hmm,
you can use sage in there as well, and it's ground down into a powder. They call it love dust. Okay,
okay.
all right, and it actually does. Uh, if you're using that as an additive to whatever you practice you're doing, you'll find yourself more open and more receptive and more receptive to intuition.
Mm-hmm.
So do not sleep on herbs because herbs are extremely effective. Okay. Now, let's talk about herbs that are utilized in awareness practices like ayahuasca.
Oh, yeah.
I already said my feelings on this. I don't think that's something that you do every weekend because you feel like it. I think that is something that you do once, if ever, and you don't do it again. Because if my mother ayahuasca has to talk to you more than once, then you're not listening.
Oh, good point. I like that. And why do you say just once?
Because all the answers that you need should happen in one experience of ayahuasca. If you are going back for multiple experiences of ayahuasca, then you may have crossed into the level of addiction. Herbs were never meant to be utilized like drugs. Don't do it.
Mm, wow.
Okay? Your body has the efficiency and your mind has the efficiency to clean itself. Forcing this concept of cleaning and doing this and doing that is not a good idea, right? Like, I wouldn't take chamomile every night before I go to sleep. Why? Learn to sleep on your own.
Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that. And also, like, so what do you recommend with like a liver cleanse once a year?
I think well, it depends on who you are. Like,
Uh,
if you,
your
if
lifestyle.
yeah, it depends on your lifestyle. If you know that you treat your liver like crap, you have like about 6 or 7 bottles of medication on your counter, and you know all of these things have byproducts that deposit themselves into your liver, and you are drinking profusely on top of that, yeah, I would do that once every 3 months.
Oh, wow.
If you are a social drinker or whatever else, and you're not on in that category, I would probably do that once every 6 months, right? If you're just a
Yeah.
normal person, like once every 9 months around there.
Okay.
If you are the kind of person, as an example, who lives this completely clean and holy life, that's up to you, really, because I'm assuming that you're drinking water regularly. Thank you for the reminder.
Uh-huh.
I assume that you're drinking water regularly, and your body will absolutely learn to clean itself. But using herbs as a crutch for the things that you are not doing, not a good idea. You
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't take senna and castor oil every time you needed to go to the bathroom, would you?
No.
So why are you drinking chamomile tea every night?
Yes. It's the underlying issue behind it all, isn't it?
It absolutely is. And so, guys, a lot of you are doing stuff like this, right? Please don't do stuff like this. If you have an issue, try to fix it yourself. Your body and your diet is the first place that you start. You use the herbs when it is that you need additional aid.
Yep. Additional
If you have
aid.
acne and stuff like that, dabbing tea tree oil on your face every night is not a good idea because the other aspect of tea tree oil is that it dries you out a bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
It will dry out your face. Fix the acne issue and stop eating chocolates, as an example.
Oh, chocolates.
Yes, some people are sensitive to the stuff that they
Oh,
make in chocolates and certain kinds of candies, and they break out.
it could be an allergy then, huh?
Yes, and tea tree oil is not good to help that.
Yeah.
Stop doing what you're doing, and then it goes away. Okay, I think a lot of people miss these kinds of pointers, and so they just simply utilize herbs like it's some sort of cure
Uh,
all, panacea for all diseases, and it's not
yeah.
good.
No,
Okay.
you can really disrupt the rhythm of your body, huh?
Mhm.
You
Here
can.
are some of the herbs that you absolutely should be ingesting regularly. Turmeric, except
Mhm.
of course if you're in chemotherapy at certain stages of chemotherapy, or you utilizing certain drugs in chemotherapy. You should add that to what you're eating. Yes. Get
Mhm.
yourself some curry, right? Put some coriander, some turmeric, and so on. It tastes delicious and stuff like that. You should be you should be ingesting that regularly. You want to know why? It's an anti-inflammatory.
Mhm.
And in today's world, for those of you who don't know what that pretty word means, it means things swell up. And in today's world, half the reasons people are dying out here is because things are swelling up in their body that they either know about or they don't know about. Turmeric, okay?
Yeah.
Um, I think you should be taking that regularly. Without saying anything else, if you're taking turmeric, please drink water, please,
Yeah.
because it stains for a reason, you know.
Mhm.
If you've ever had turmeric in your hands and your
It
hands
does.
are kind of yellow,
Yeah.
right? Remember that if you're eating it,
Yeah.
water, water, water. Okay. Um, Here are the other things that you should be eating regularly. I think if you are going to be like little things like that could improve your health, peppermint tea.
Oh, yeah.
You could take that very often. It helps with digestion. So
Mhm.
does ginger,
Yes, I love peppermint tea.
right? So
Yeah,
peppermint and
ginger.
ginger, if you could find it in the supermarket in terms of a tea, that will help you with digestion. You could drink that every day, absolutely.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, because what it does, it keeps your stomach calm, right?
Mhm.
And it aids in digestion, which you absolutely need. But there's some herbs that you shouldn't be taking every day. Absolutely not. Like, how much mental clarity do you need that you're taking ginkgo biloba and golden seal tablets every day? How much clarity do you need? If you need that much mental clarity, then there's something wrong. Fix the thing that's wrong. Stop utilizing herbs like they're drugs.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
distinction that I make here is that some people are on medication for the rest of their life. I don't know how I feel about that. Some people are on medication for the rest of their lives. Don't be on herbs for the rest of your lives.
Mhm.
Don't use herbs like that. This is not conventional medicine. Stop thinking about herbs like conventional medicine. That's not how they work.
Only as an aid, or if you have an ailment, like I did with the laryngitis,
Yep.
you
I'm
know?
sure that she put something very, very strong together for you, like eucalyptus oil and stuff
Oh,
like that.
it was horrible tasting, but I
Yeah,
drank
I
it.
can imagine. It's kind of like Buckley's. Buckley's is based on herbs. It's not
Oh,
based on a lot of chemicals.
no.
Buckley's, you guys remember the
I
cold medicine.
I
Here is
don't know.
a very good supplement to take. And I don't see it anymore. And I suspect it's because the powers that be pushed it out of existence. Find yourself a supplement called Tisane de Durban.
You gotta spell
T,
it.
yeah, I'm going to try to put this on the screen.
Tisane.
I'm going to try to write this. If you guys could get this tincture,
Oh, it's a tincture?
uh-huh, it's a
Okay.
liquid. I'm probably going to try to probably find the product on Amazon, actually.
I did want to ask you about a certain product. I'm going to look it up because, hold on, it's in my, can't remember the name of it.
Well, Amazon doesn't have it.
Hmm.
It's a very old supplement. I believe it's made in France. I don't see it on Amazon, but I will try to track that down and put it in the description below.
Okay.
So
Uh,
that's what I would suggest for you guys in terms of. I hope this has been actually useful for you guys because here's the thing: herbs can be kind of useful, but if you're going to take an herb, do the things that help the herb work before you say this herb does not work.
mm-hmm.
Because nine times out of 10, herbs really do work very well.
Yeah. Well, so what do you mean by that? Do what first?
If you are having trouble sleeping and you're taking chamomile tea, okay, well, that's not an issue. You can absolutely take chamomile tea, but meditate.
Yeah.
If you're taking any kind of purgative or if you're taking any kind of liver cleanse, drink water.
Yeah.
If you're taking some sort of mental clarity tincture or herb, meditate once again. Get some sleep. Get the recommended amount of sleep. Your mental clarity will improve.
Mm-hmm.
Set time to go to sleep early. Stop drinking coffee so much. You're up to 4 cups of coffee a day, and you expect that chamomile tea is going to counteract the 4 cups of coffee that you're drinking, sometimes 6 cups of coffee a day. Why are you going to take coffee in the morning, all throughout the day, and take 1 cup of chamomile tea and expect it to work?
Yeah.
Why?
It's a little bit counterproductive, isn't it?
It is. And a lot of people don't realize that they do that. Like they're completely oblivious that they do that. So there is that aspect. If you're going to, well, female reproductive issues or male reproductive issues in terms of chasteberry and black cohosh, because people who are in menopause take that herb. They take that herb specifically because it works
Ah,
really well. It alleviates some of the symptoms associated with menopause. But by that same token, take action. So if you feel like a hot flash coming on, you know what you need to do. Action first, okay?
yeah.
Um, these are the things. And if you have digestive issues and you're doing the peppermint and ginger and you know, change your diet.
Mm-hmm.
Stop eating McDonald's. It won't end well for you.
It won't. Fried foods, no.
No fried foods. Change your diet. It may be something in your diet that's messing with your stomach because your body's natural state is to be healthy. It is not to have all those issues.
Mm-hmm.
That's my advice.
Yeah, I love it.
If
What were we going to talk about? What's happening in Canada?
Okay, so in Canada, the government is trying to pass a bill that is going to make most of the supplements that people take um, regulated. They call it regulation. But what they're trying to do is put a barrier between people and the supplements. And there's actually a petition to actually counteract that. A lot of people in Canada don't know this is going on,
Mm,
but it's a fight that's in the government, and it's corruption on steroids, really. Because why would you want to take people's supplements away?
yeah.
They're saying it that they're doing it for public good because people are utilizing supplements badly, and some of these substances should be regulated. But nobody is fooled by that. The practitioners out in Canada where I live are not fooled by that. We know that the regulation means that you're trying to profit off of people's supplementations in a way that hasn't been done before. If you are in Canada and you're listening to this broadcast, please find the petition and sign it to let people have the supplements, because little things that you are using to help yourself in your house that don't cost a arm, a leg, your firstborn, they are going to be taken away if this bill goes through. And this is
Wow.
not fear mongering. I have read the bill and what it's trying to do, and I could see that it could be very broad reaching, and it's going to be very bad for you guys. It really is going to be something that's very bad for you guys. And I know in this day and age where free speech is not a real thing anymore, but I'm going to say it. It is not good to regulate supplements. People are using these supplements to help themselves, and they're not trying to depend on the pharmaceutical industry. If you take that away, people will have to depend on pharmaceuticals to help themselves. It's horrifying, it's nasty, and it's just part of what the state of the world that we're in. So if you guys are around and you guys are listening to this, find the petition, sign it. Okay. I want to shout out to Lauren Straub, an acupuncturist where I live, because she made me aware of this, and I want to really thank you for that.
Yeah. Will it affect the herbalists that do their,
These are all the supplements that they're trying to affect.
but like the people who make their own tinctures? Will
Yes,
they?
yes, the people who are
Oh,
producing. They don't know where they stand where this bill is concerned, because it's very badly written, but I suspect it's badly written on purpose to confuse people, because when they start implementing stuff, it is obviously they can implement it any which way they see fit. They just need to get it passed first. It's a very nasty political tactic, and it's not something that's very cool. And I have read some of what they're proposing here, and it's not good. It should never pass in government. Absolutely not.
mm-mm.
Because it takes the people's agency away. It disempowers people.
Yeah.
And it also disempowers businesses and so on. So even the people that are in gyms that are taking like creatine and stuff like that, they're making it more difficult for you to get stuff done. Okay?
And if it passes in Canada, it may pass in the US too.
Well, people
What do you
are
think?
it's very difficult to pass certain laws in the United States due to the fact that you guys have guns. So, all right, Second Amendment and all that, right? But I think a lot of people do not know that this is happening. A lot of people live oblivious, you know. They don't read, and they don't check the news. But I want to say something to you guys. I'm going to actually share my screen right now. I'm going to put something on screen. This is Universal Citizen Media. We'll be putting up articles here. universalcitizentv.com. It's right here. We'll be putting up articles there letting you know what is happening. So we have a few articles there. We're going to be talking about things that you would not talk about normally, like this article right here, because social media is not very friendly to people who want to talk the truth about health and wellness and stuff like that. But we have a number of articles here for you that Amy and I normally speak about on the broadcast. But this is basically a place where you could get accurate information from wellness professionals that are actually practicing and seeing the stuff that is going on in the world. And so they're writing articles, they're community driven articles. And so, guys, please check out the site. And if you look right there at the set on the right hand side, you will see join the UCM community. If you click the UCM login right here, you can join our UCM community. Or if you don't get to this site, universalcitizentv.com, what you can do is join our community where there is no censorship or anything like that at community.universalcitizentv.com. Okay? And
Yeah.
so that's what we have to say to you guys. Amy?
I'm sorry, I have to go back to herbs again because something's coming in for me to ask this for people. But people are in a lot of pain,
Uh-huh.
correct? And sometimes they use, uh,
Marijuana,
pharmacy drug. Yeah, marijuana or
CBDN,
pharmacy.
CBDN, CBDA, and CBDV. Go ahead.
Yeah. So what would be something for pain? Now, pain in a different, like nerve pain or muscle pain or back pain, neck pain. Is there an herb that you know off the top of your head that might be helpful?
Marijuana,
Really?
cannabis, cannabis. If you are in chronic severe pain or acute pain and you want relief, especially if you're in like chemotherapy after effects type pain, I would highly suggest marijuana. And I don't mean roll up a blunt. I mean the tea. I mean, yeah, CBDN is very useful for arthritic pain. Absolutely.
But there's so many out there, David. There's so many things for CBD. Again, that's a vitamin, and we were just talking about so many brands.
Yeah. So CBDN is just a strain of it. So marijuana may be broken down into different parts. Okay. The THC is what is going to get you well high, which is what marijuana is used for.
Mm-hmm.
However, it is a herb, and it's a very powerful herb for dealing with pain. Some of the best music in the world came off of marijuana. Okay. Okay. All right. So I think marijuana it would be my go-to herb for pain management.
Okay, and CBD, those are tinctures, right? Oils. Well, they have the ones you could rub on your skin that absorbs through that way, right?
Yeah, if you're dealing with pain, make the tea. Make the tea.
Tea. Tea.
Don't make.
Okay.
Don't, take your mind off of all the brownies and all the gummies.
Yeah.
Make the tea.
CBD
Okay,
tea. CBD tea.
marijuana tea or
Yeah.
CBD tea. Right, I
Yeah.
would leave some THC inside of that. If you are a chemist, you would know how to do that. All right, because you want to be a little bit high when you're in pain,
Mm, yeah.
which
That's
is what a lot of pain medication does. For those of you who've ever been on morphine, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're a little bit high and you don't care whether you're in pain or not.
yeah. Yeah.
So
I had to ask that because I just feel like there's a lot of people who don't know what to do. And they're tired of taking the drug, the pharmacy, because those are bad side effects.
yeah, pain medication and opioids are addictive and very bad side effects. If
Yeah.
you're going to be addicted to something, I would rather be addicted to like some form of cannabis than some form of something I can't pronounce.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Why?
agree.
Because I could wean myself off. You could wean yourself off of cannabis very easily. Not easy to wean yourself off of fentanyl, as an example, of Vicodin. Not easy to wean yourself off of those drugs. Absolutely not. Right? You begin to like that feeling, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so for pain management in terms of herbs, I would absolutely go to King Cannabis for that. I would absolutely go to King Cannabis for that. I honestly don't. And then it depends on what kind of pain you're in.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that you stubbed your toe. Oh, I just need some marijuana tea with some THC in it. Now, no. We're talking about like chronic pain from arthritis. You got like
Mm-hmm.
lower back pain, bulging discs, that kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing. You have nerve pain and so on, and you need something that is going to assist you. My suggestion would be cannabis for that.
But well, I think here you need a medical marijuana card from your doctor.
Yeah, I live in Canada. Yay.
Oh, okay. You don't need that.
No, we don't. It's legal.
Maybe it is legal here. I don't think it's legal in every state.
You should find out whether it's legal in your state before you go.
I know. Before I go making a statement. Sorry, guys. I'm not good. I don't keep up with that.
Before you go planting the tomato leaves in your backyard, don't. I, my
Yeah.
this is my suggestion to y'all. But cannabis is always going to be king in terms of pain management, in terms of the herbs and stuff. It really is, because it has the effect, the narcotic effect, but it also has the pain management effect, and it's very good for your body. All propaganda aside, marijuana unfortunately is very good for your body. I have never taken it, but I've seen the effects of people who have had cancer diagnoses, who are in pain, and they took marijuana, and it's like, I am so good now. The difference is
Wow.
like night and day. So
Wow. You can't beat that then. Mm-mm.
no, not at that kind of level of pain, no.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, this was really great discussion, David. I mean, we could go on and on, but
Yes.
we got to go.
Yeah, we gotta go. So guys, once again, join the community at community.universalcitizentv.com, or go to our website where you can get breaking news on what's going on in healthcare, which is unbiased,
Yes.
unbiased stuff. Right? We're gonna tell you how it is as it is, and the site is not censored in any way, and neither is the community. Join our community at community.universalcitizentv.com and check out our site. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the
Thank
next
you.
one.
Bye.